Netflix has just released a new trailer for the new 70 Sins movie, and boys, it looks like Grand Cross, kind of.
Full counter.
Alright, so I've already seen it, but we're going to go through it and talk about it. Because to be fair, I actually do like this 70 Sins storyline, and I'm kind of interested about what's happening because this is a two-part movie that should lead into the sequel. And the sequel, at least animation-wise, we don't know who's doing it just yet. But as you can see on screen now, it looks okay from the actual picture. So it's most likely not going to be 3D like these movies right here. So I'm kind of curious where the story does go because this does take place between 70 Sins and also the sequel for Rise of the Apocalypse. So kind of curious where this goes. So we're going to play, if you haven't already seen it. It is following Tristan, which I'm sure you've seen if you actually finish the anime. And obviously the big takeaway is the fact that this is obviously a 3D movie. And pausing it ain't great, but in motion, it looks alright. Some of the scenes, like animation-wise, looks okay. Visually, like the way they did the models, questionable. This part, too fair, I do like. It looks alright, See, the armor looks okay there, it's glowing. I think in some scenes it looks alright, but that's me being a bit coping. But if you don't know, this is Depis. Yes, the movie villain is Depis. So I'm actually... Okay, you know what, they don't look great. But I'm actually kind of curious on how what he does, because if you can see right there, that is a Chaos Staff that's from Arthur. So... like, lore-wise, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I don't think you get to see too much. That might be in there, I think, because of purple eyes, right? And then, this is Bond's son. Don't worry, he doesn't like that. I don't think they're going to show how Bond does look. You have to wait or read the manga to see what Bond's son does like. But that is Lancelot. Or you've read the one-shot, which I don't think they adapted. But, like, these villains behind don't look too great. Like, animation-wise, looks alright, right? Kinda. Like, the problem is this as well. The backgrounds, like, right here, the battle scenes don't look good. And then this scene right here where, like, he's hitting or doing, like, a full counter almost. Aesthetically, it looks alright. Like, my whole point, right? Like, it looks okay. It's just like, oh, yeah, that, oh, bro, no, this ain't great. This ain't great. I mean, if you go towards Grand Cross, right? Okay, so if you don't know, the people making this, the studio making this, are the ones who made the Grand Cross trailer. So whenever you log in and you're doing your update, you get that little trailer cinematic, which to be fair, does look really good. They are the ones who are animating this. So in terms of a final fight, it could look decent, but they are doing two movies, so clearly the budget is not really just all in one movie. But we look at King here, and then look at King right, and then we look at King here. Grand Cross looks so much better. Grand Cross and itself and the cutscenes do actually look better. However, I think the animations, because Grand Cross ain't got, I mean, they have got pretty good animations, but I do think animation-wise this should be better. But let's go back, let's see what we see there. I think it was Elizabeth, right? Yeah, bro, that don't look good. Yikes, that don't look good. Motion, like, why? I think she's cursed. I'll show you a picture in a minute, but I think she's cursed. Like, oh, that don't look good. They got the old Grand Cross done, so they probably ripped that from Grand Cross. Bond looks alright there. Melly in his new outfit looks alright as well. And that's the movie. I think we get Sun at the end, I'm not too sure. Yeah, part 1. Alright, so this is the poster for it. Once again, Tristan actually looks really, really good. I'm not really a big fan of his design right here. When he does become a teenager in the sequel, he actually looks really, really good. And obviously, if you can't tell, it's pretty obvious, but the guy is a demon and also a goddess. Not really a spoiler there. You can kind of see by the eyes, basically. So I wonder if we're going to get his demon form. I don't think so, because it might be too much of a spoiler, or even his goddess form. I think he might just be fighting like this. So we may not see too much of him in his actual powers, because they kind of saved that for the actual sequel. And he actually is really, really sick. One of my favorite characters from the sequel. Obviously, you can tell right there the fact that the guy is there. It's obviously Lancelot. You can tell by the eyes. But don't worry, that's not how he looks. He looks like a fairy. Well, he's a fairy there. But as you can see, Elizabeth has clearly got a curse. So I'm guessing Death has cursed him. Go for Death for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he plays a bigger role into it. But I do believe in the sequel, they do kind of hint towards a lot of stuff from this movie. So I'm kind of curious how it's going to fit into the lore. Because obviously it is canon. So once again, I'm kind of interested. This is the first trailer shown. And it wasn't a good thing. It actually looks worse here, to be fair. It's just like the background for this setting don't look too great. I guess the what would you call it? Like all the effects look okay for a 3D movie, which we've already have like previous work that we've seen. They look alright, but like them don't look great. So in Grand Cross, at least the last movie that we got, the first one, they actually did fully animate it in like actual Grand Cross cutscenes. So we are yet to get the second movie, but that's probably because in the second movie, we do see Mael, and also at the time when we didn't have King, King was in there as well. I think if anything we might see, I guess, The only character, I guess, that would be in the movie that we haven't got in game is obviously Miel, but Miel should come out probably by New Year's or even a little bit afterwards. And I guess Sacred Treasure Barn, other than that, they actually can animate the movie in Grand Cross, the second one, and then give us Dubs and Dahlia, and that would be a good addition. So I'm not expecting this movie anytime soon in Grand Cross, but the funny thing is, when you do put it in Grand Cross, if they do, of course, right, it'll be animated. And if they animate it, it's going to look better, kind of, than the movie we have right now. Because like I mentioned, animation-wise, this does look better, but visually it doesn't. And Grand Cross cinematics, if we go towards like the end here, like the animations for this scene right here was kind of okay, right? Especially because it was like kind of when the first game came out, right? Granted, they kind of reused the animations, but like it looks alright, like visually. And so it's kind of a shame that when it does come to Grand Cross, it probably would be better. As you've seen so well, look at that scene there. I mean, granted, right, this is against, I think it was A1 Pictures that animated 70 scenes beforehand, but this looks sick, so it's going to be a shame if we see it come to Grand Cross and it's better. But once again, man, I'm looking forward to the movie. Obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing it in Grand Cross if it does come. But I mean, if anything, it's kind of our first look at Tristan in Grand Cross because he kind of looks the same. But yeah, boys, that is it. Let me know what you think of this trailer. Honestly, I am looking forward to it as a 70 Sins fan, but it doesn't help the 70 Sins fan base. And we've already been shat on by the last 2 seasons, and even now people are roasting it. Rightfully so. It ain't too great. If they did this for Black Clover, I'd be fuming. But I'm looking forward to, man, more or less the content coming towards Grand Cross, right? Now, granted, we may not see anything, but at the end of the day, this is just more content for 70 Sins, so people figuring out 70 Sins Origins, or more importantly, 70 Sins Grand Cross is going to die after a year or two. There's just a lot more content to go around, and obviously with the sequel coming around as well, there's just so much the game can do in terms of characters and even story animation, because people think, oh, the game's going to, or Grand Cross is going to die once the main story does end, but there's so much. 2 movies coming out, we still have to animate the first, or I guess we still have to get the second movie. Once we get yeah, I assume we can get that sometime afterwards. And obviously with the sequel, there's like basically a whole other season they can do, and obviously it's more the animation come back. So once again, the movies ain't saving us this time, but hopefully in terms of 70 Sins we can actually get a good animation for the sequel, because if you haven't read it, good lord, we need some good animation. We can't be getting CG, because the recent chapters in the manga have been actually insane. Arthur is becoming one of my favorite characters, and just the whole chaos thing they can do with the Fallen Apocalypse, like, it can be good again. Like, 70 Sins can get hype again if the sequel is done properly. This, no one really cares about, to be fair, I think, in the long. But I hope, because it is obviously Depit, I hope we can actually get Deldry, and we get to see Deldry in the time skip, and yeah, just see more characters, man, because it's kind of just more content we can get towards Grand Cross, because, I mean, Depis, we're never going to get another character, probably until this one. And this one, yeah, he looks alright. He looks alright there. I mean, we don't really get to see him, but it looks alright. So, yeah, boys, thank you for watching. Let me pick up the trailer, and yeah, peace.